welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Sunday, March 30th, 2025. And tonight I'll be talking about Friday Night SmackDown. It's actually been a while since I talked about Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly.
So it should be interesting. All right, so let's talk about the ending to SmackDown. We got triple threat contract signing. As we know, they've been teasing Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. And this is exactly what it happened. I like how during this contract signing, Seth Rollins made note of the fact that 12 years ago they debuted as a Shield. Obviously, he did not name drop Dean Ambrose.
Of course.
And Rollins basically said that, Reigns said that Rollins keeps saying we, but they died a long time ago and it's been him. He made the WWE what it is today and took them to the level they are. And Rollins says that it's Ryan's mindset that keeps having them get screwed. The crowd was singing
Roman Reigns.
Yeah. So I have to say, this was probably one of the most civil contract signings of all time. As we know, weddings, celebrations, and contract signings in wrestling normally end in complete chaos. This didn't end this way. So yeah, Punk obviously comes out last.
Uh-oh. She froze, people. Yeah, Datila will be back soon, guys. Yep. We lost Datila, everybody, but she'll be back. How you guys doing today? I'm doing well. Yeah, I thought this was a good contract sign-in. Really progressed in the feud for Rollins and and Punk, and also Reigns, which I'm looking forward to their match at WrestleMania. It's going to deliver. You got 3 good in-ring competitors in there, so should be a very good match. But let us know in the chat who you think is going to win at WrestleMania, whether it be Punk or Reigns or Rollins. So let us know as we wait for Datila to come back. But overall, I thought SmackDown was okay.
Sorry about that. My internet went out on me.
It's all right. I kept it going.
Yeah. So Paul Heyman, who needs to win more? That's true. Who does need to win more? So Paul Heyman tells CM Punk that he got what he is looking for. I think how Roman was like, it's on page 4, clause 5. But basically, Paul Heyman tells CM Punk that he gets to live his dream of main eventing WrestleMania. And honestly, I don't think CM Punk knew, because he actually started crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could tell that this moment was actually
very emotional.
Yeah. Like, this was a sweet moment with him and Heyman.
With the security guy on the right there making that face like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yeah, so I was happy for CM Punk,
same.
And Rollins loses it. He says that Punk doesn't deserve to main event WrestleMania. Punk thinks the fans in the universe. Reigns says that Punk should be thanking him and wants him to do things the right way. Punk kneels and thanks Roman for allowing him to be in the ring, but then he thanks Roman Reigns, but he says that's not the favorite, he is old. So you still wonder what that favorite, he's old. But overall, I think this was a pretty decent segment.
It was a good segment too.
But now there's an argument to be made. Neither Royal Rumble winner, neither Jade nor Charlotte is main eventing WrestleMania. I think that they're gonna go second to last, kind of.
Yeah, this is gonna be your main event for night 2.
No, I think this is your WrestleMania night 1 main event.
You think?
Yeah.
I would have it be night 2 because it would be a good moment for Punk, if he wins, to close out the show and send the people home. So I think that would be the right case there.
Because you think that everyone's gonna be mad over John Cena screwing Cody Rhodes out of the title?
No, because Cody has held the title for a year now. It's gonna be a year going into next month. So it's about time for Cody to lose the title. I mean, he's held it for a year. So that's your best case scenario, and have maybe Cena hold the title until SummerSlam.
Cena what?
Have Cena hold the title until SummerSlam.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I feel like wherever they put Cody and Cena are definitely closing one of the shows, and it's closing another one.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we gotta wait and see.
Yeah.
All right.
And
so
people don't get too like tune out because Datila's internet is not. So bear with.
Who needs to win more? Who does need to win more?
Punk.
I say Punk.
Yeah. Just a little note here, so don't mind Datila's internet.
Yeah. So SmackDown kicked off with the Cody Rhodes promo. Thank God Randy Orton came out, because I feel like it would have just been your typical Cody Rhodes promo, your run-of-the-mill Cody Rhodes promo, which a lot of times I feel like Cody Rhodes is a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
So he gets interrupted by Randy Orton, and Randy basically puts Cody Rhodes over. He says that he remembers Cody in his early 20s, breaking into the business, and that he knew Cody needed to leave in order to be able to grow. And it took massive balls for Cody to leave and change the industry, how the industry has changed since Cody Rhodes returned. He said he always knew Cody would someday return to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He brings up Hall in the Cell and Cody's torn pec. It was just like, this was such a great little promo by Randy Orton. Like, he was basically putting Cody Rhodes over, as if Cody Rhodes needs to be even more over than he already is.
Yeah, I like that Orton ended up putting Cody over.
So Cody does tell him that after WrestleMania, he will want to win the 15th title, and he won't get Cody in the balls like some coward, but instead look him in the eye and let him know he's coming for the title. So I'm surprised he still haven't done Cody versus Randy. I think that would have been a feud that would have been. I thought that would have been one of Cody's first feuds after he became champion, because the student versus the teacher.
Yeah, but we all know it's going to be Owens versus Orton at Mania.
Yeah, although I guess you could say that Cody versus Randy really doesn't need the title.
Yeah,
that's the story itself.
Yeah, Randy doesn't need the title now.
So they both were interrupted by Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre basically caused Damian Priest Team Taker and says the main event should be Cody versus McIntyre. And that maybe KO actually has a point. He talks about how Orton looks great, absolutely jacked, but inside the back is hanging by a thread. And basically, Orton and Cody attacked McIntyre and he escaped. So I thought this was an interesting opening segment. I like when they don't really use it to How can I say this? Like, I like when the opening segment is
Well, it's not
not
too
just like,
cliche.
yeah, it's not too cliche. Yeah.
Mhm.
What did you think of this segment?
I thought this was a good segment. The crowd was for Cody, of course. Uh, Chants of "Oh, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes," and then Drew McIntyre end up getting a cheer from the crowd saying, "Oh, Drew McIntyre." I mean, the London crowd was energetic throughout the night, and that's how it's going to be tomorrow on Raw.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Plug: Raw starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Uh, Datila's time on the West
Noon
Coast,
Pacific.
Pacific time.
12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Hmm.
All right. So next we get the 30 tag team title match. It's Pretty Deli versus Street Profits. I actually really like this match. I thought the Pretty Deli had a great showing in this match. I knew they were gonna lose. I mean, they were in their home country. You know how
Yeah.
that goes.
Well, sometimes WWE they have, the guys there from their country or state or hometown, sometimes win,
Yeah.
but it's a 50-50
Actually,
scenario.
yeah. I know you're not the biggest Pretty Deli fan, but
Nope.
I like him. I thought they did a really good job. I think that if they get serious, I mean, I like their gimmick. Personally, I like their gimmick, but I think that
No,
they did a really good job here. They lost, but I think that they will win the tag title someday.
we agree to disagree, and that's fine. It's
Of
our own
course.
opinions. But I think the Pretty Deadly's gimmick is absolutely horrendous.
The
I think it's
Yes
awful.
Boys.
I'm like, I said in my review, I'm like, what is this big push for Pretty Deadly? Why?
All right, so we get a Zelina Vega segment, and she's basically telling Katana Chance and Kayden Carter about what the secret her service did last week. And they say that she's a threat. She caught a threat to Green's title reign, otherwise she wouldn't have taken all three of them to beat her. And so this leads into Katana Chance and Kayden Carter versus the secret her service.
Bathroom break match.
I thought this was a fun match with the secret
Mm,
service. I'm really liking the gimmick. Like, I'm
I
liking
do
this
like the
whole
gimmick. And Chelsea's getting over with the crowd. Which I
yeah.
like.
You know, I don't want to compare, but it's so crazy how Chelsea Green and Lyra Valkyrie's booking is like night and day.
Yeah.
Like Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. Like
I feel like WWE is not letting the women's United States title and the women's Intercontinental title like shine. Like it should be, they should be on the show every single week. I feel like these titles are an afterthought to them.
I feel like Chelsea's getting a little bit more shine than Lyra Valkyrie because Chelsea has a story. She has her gimmick. I can't even tell you what Lyra Valkyrie's character gimmick is when it comes to her IC title. You know,
There's a
just
point there.
imagine if the roles were reversed. I honestly think that Chelsea Green as Intercontinental Women's Champion, I think she can make that work. I think she can make it work.
Yeah. It's good that she has Alba Fire and Piper Niven with her.
Yeah, but this gimmick actually works really well for Chelsea Green. I like it.
I think this is her best gimmick to date.
So the winner of the secret Hervice wins, and Zelina Vega comes out to help Katana Chance and Kayden Carter, but then Chelsea Green attacks Zelina Vega. So it seems like we might be getting Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega. I don't know if that'll happen at WrestleMania, but
No,
I
they'll
think
probably happen on a random SmackDown. That match, give me a pillow, put me to sleep.
But I
By the
definitely
way,
do see that match taking place.
yeah. By the way, your internet cleared up, so you're good. Good quality now.
So next week, the U.S. title match, it's LA Knight, versus Braun Strowman. So this was an okay match. However, it ends in a no contest because Jacob Fatu decides to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And, whatever's going on with Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman isn't over. Samoan drops him on the announce table. and hits him with multiple headbutts, and then he pops up Samoan drop to LA Knight. But then with that running hip attack and then the moonsault, I don't think the rivalry between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman is over yet.
Yeah, it's going to continue with Strowman and Fatu. I don't think it's going to be a WrestleMania match.
So this happened a little after, but in the back, Jacob Fatu, he says he doesn't have anything to say to anybody. Solo tells Jacob Fatu to lower his tone, and that when it comes to Strowman, he will be the last man standing, and he will also bring the US title to the family and will do it with or without them. So that's interesting because I thought they were kind of teasing Solo versus Jacob.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still going in that direction.
I highly doubt it.
All right. So next we get a Jimmy Uso interview, and he's basically talking about his match against Gunter on Raw. And he says that Jay will become world champion, and he runs into Miz and Mello. Miz basically says that Jimmy has always been the other Uso, and that him and Jay are career sidekicks. But basically, this sets up a match. He says he's going to go set up a match against The Miz. So this was an okay segment. To me, like, Mello is a great talent. It sucks that he's getting paired up in a tag team.
He's wasted.
All right, next we get a Naomi Vignette, and this is actually a really interesting Vignette. The way she's talking, just the whole presentation, this was really good. I actually really digging this character side of her.
Yeah, this was a very good promo. I like the fact that she cut this promo and it showed her like tearing up.
I like how
her character.
I like how she says that she doesn't understand how Jade comes in out of nowhere and takes her place alongside Bianca. And she's inspired women and Bianca, and she's had her back since day one. It wasn't Jade. So, yeah, I actually really like this. Who would have thought Naomi, all she needed was a heel change. Just to be...
She needed a reset.
Yeah. Because ever since she came back from TNA, her booking was just not the best.
Mediocre.
Yeah.
I like how the way, she has the whole caution, thing around her.
Mm-hmm.
It fits her.
And she even says that if Jade continues to be in her way, she should proceed with caution.
Yeah, that's by her caution tape and all.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this new gimmick for Naomi with the caution tape, the crazy hair. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so next we get a Jade Cargill segment. And she talked about how she's been trying to get her hands on Naomi. And Nick all this is he hasn't seen Naomi all day. She runs into B-Fab and Michin, who basically tell her that she's got to do what she's got to do. So this factors into the Michin versus Charlotte. Michin versus Charlotte was...
Yeah. We all know that Charlotte was going to win.
Yeah, Charlotte wins by submission. But actually, interesting thing is before the match, Naomi attacked Michin and B-Fab, and Jade came out. And she said she was dressed as Uma Thurman's character in Kill Bill.
I wouldn't know because I never seen Kill Bill.
You never seen Kill Bill?
I've seen
Kill Bill. I've seen Kill Bill.
Now that Till's going to say, put that on my movie watch list.
No, I mean, hey, I thought it was a pretty good movie, but this is beyond. Yeah. So, I like how when Jade was on the ramp and Charlotte was coming out, they had that stare down. It's another tease of the Jade and Charlotte match that I think will eventually happen.
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe at WrestleMania.
Like you said, Charlotte wins by submission, so no surprise there. We had a Tiffany Stratton interview, and she's talking about how Charlotte loves to hear herself talk. And she talks about how if she walks into WrestleMania and she loses to Charlotte, she loses to a legend. However, Charlotte loses to her, she's basically losing to like a rookie.
Yeah.
And she will make sure that Charlotte's massive ego stays in Vegas because that's what happens in Vegas. Because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So, I'm hoping for Tiffany Stratton does beat Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte needs to beat Tiffany here.
Yeah, this has to go that way. Stratton wins, beats Charlotte, and Charlotte is passing the torch to Stratton. That's how the way it should go. If Charlotte wins, that is a big mistake.
Yeah. All right. Next we get Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, which wasn't a bad match. Drew McIntyre ends up winning because Kevin Owens comes on and distracts Randy Orton. And then at the end, KO attacks Randy, and Randy attempted to punt KO, but he escaped through the crowd. So what are your thoughts on this?
They're always teasing this punk kick. Like, they don't want Randy to hit it. But I think eventually, it might happen at WrestleMania. Like Owens and Orton, I think that's when we're going to see the punk kick done again to Owens. Maybe Owens goes away after Mania, takes a little break.
I can see that happening. I definitely feel like the punk kick should end the match. I don't think it should happen more than once during the match. I think it should be a definite 1, 2, 3 for Randy.
Yeah, we all need to see 2 punk kicks from Orton in the match. Only just one.
So we find out that Rey Fénix is coming to SmackDown next week.
I'm happy.
Me too.
I kind of figured he was going to SmackDown.
So I guess this means the Lucha Brothers are going to be split up before they're eventually united as one.
Yeah, I see Rey Fénix going back with Penta and the Lucha Brothers reuniting once they have another draft.
Yeah, I see that too. But I'm so curious to see who Rey Fénix debuts against.
Yeah, me too.
Who's his first feud going to be? I'm so curious.
Hopefully, it'll be somebody good.
Yep. But that's not all. It seems like we're getting the return of Malachi Black.
Maybe.
Because I know Malachi Black used to wear something like that back. But with Rey Fénix debuting next week, I don't think they'll debut both of them.
No.
I think if anything, Malachi Black will probably debut after SmackDown after Mania.
Yeah.
All right. But it's interesting that they're debuting Fénix before WrestleMania. You would think they would hold off.
Yeah. I thought that, he would debut on the SmackDown after Mania. They would hold his debut till after Mania.
Same. I kind of thought that he would debut alongside Penta. They would be in some type of tag team match, but I guess not.
Yeah. I don't know if they can use the Lucha Brother name in WWE.
Yeah. So, we get Jimmy Uso versus The Miz. I didn't really care for this.
Your typical bathroom match. Another bathroom match here. Do not care.
Yeah, I didn't really care for this.
We all know who won, Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy Uso wins, and then he calls out Gunter at the end, saying that he will be private Gunter, and he will have to salute him. It says maybe have some NXT call-ups planned for SmackDown after Mania. Yeah,
hopefully.
But only if they have plans for them, because look what happened. Blair Davenport got called up, but they didn't have any plans. Although I heard originally, I think that it was reported that she was supposed to be in Alba Fire's place.
If they were to call up some NXT call-ups, like you said, if they have plans, call up Roxanne Perez, call up Cora Jade, call up maybe Stephanie Vaquer, because all 3 of those women are, they're pretty much ready. I think Stephanie Vaquer is ready for the main roster.
I don't know. I feel like I said, as long as they have a plan, I'm for sure I see Roxanne Perez being called up. She's definitely going up. But to me, it's like there should be plans for them. They don't want to go up to the main roster and then do nothing.
Yeah. Just like you said, if they have a plan for them, call them up.
So last but certainly not least, we get a Drew McIntyre segment / interview. He's talking to Louis Capaldi.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name. A Grammy-nominated singer. I've never heard of this guy.
Never heard
I
of
don't
him
know
either.
I don't know if he's international or just like overseas.
I don't know. I never heard of him either.
Roxanne for sure. Trick and Oba are ready.
Yeah, I think so.
Stephanie is so ready. Yeah, I don't know how long Stephanie Vega is going to stay in NXT. I feel like Jordynne Grace would be another one. I don't think she's going to stay in NXT long enough.
I agree. I think Jordynne Grace, she's ready.
So, Drew McIntyre is getting interviewed, and he says, see what happens when he doesn't care about other people's business and nobody gets involved in his business. And then Drew McIntyre attacks him, and they brawl in the car. And Drew McIntyre hits him with the South Heaven chokeslam on the hood of the car. And the interesting thing about this is, Drew McIntyre is on the hood of the car while CM Punk is passing by. He's passing by. He just looks at him, which I don't know was intentional, but as we all know, it's kind of like, I would think it's kind of like a reference to what happened with him and Jack Perry.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well,
yeah, he slammed McIntyre on the windshield, and the windshield cracked.
Yeah, good fella. Agree, Jordan. Okay.
I've read something that like after McIntyre got slammed on the windshield, he got glass in his eye. I'm not too sure if I believe that. Because there was something I saw that said that.
I don't know if it could be kayfabe.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, that was totally intentional. It could be. I mean, they were in London, so
yeah.
All right. So I guess that's it. Because we already talked about the contract signing at the beginning. So let's go from a 1 to Sean Spears' perfect 10. What do you rank the show?
I rank the show a 4 out of 10. I thought this was an okay show. I thought this was much better than last week's SmackDown, which was a total bore fest. I uncovered the show last week, and neither did Datila. Because I was like to Datila, "Are you covering this show tonight?" She was like, "No." So took the night off. Datila took the night off. But still, okay show it was, and there was some enjoyment out of it. It wasn't a perfect show by any means.
SmackDown just needs to go back to 2 hours.
Yeah. There was a report that I saw that said that SmackDown, being at 3 hours, that I guess creative is going into like fatigue, like creative fatigue. Like, they don't know what to do, for the 3 hours to make the show more good.
GG says, Punk should have told you cry me a river. That would have been the icing on the cake for sure. Daniel says, Trick Williams is for the main roster, but I feel he's going to be the leader of Darkseid and turning heel Darkseid. Is that wannabe Shield / Retribution?
Yeah. That's down NXT.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them. Not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, it's like like you said, like a total rehash of Retribution.
With a Shield mask.
With the Shield mask. And we all know what happened to that group with Retribution. I don't even want to remember it.
All right. So I have to give this. I agree. This is a 4 out of 10 for me. Well, I did like the opening segment with Cody Rhodes, and I did like the ending. I did like the Pretty Deadly match. I just felt like for most of it was just kind of
filler.
Yeah.
Datila, before we end the stream, I have like this little piece of news with the SmackDown going 3 hours. It says, according to WrestleVotes, WWE production and creative staff are unhappy with SmackDown's 3-hour runtime, calling it a major misstep. Instead of giving rising stars more time, the extra hour has led to weaker pacing, filler content, and creative fatigue. and all that talent on the roster, and they can't, figure out stories and matches to fill that time slot. And I agree. When you get to that third hour, the pacing is slow, and it's just filler content. So, what are your thoughts on this?
JJ gives it a 7 out of 10. Interesting.
So what are your thoughts on this, Datila?
Yeah, it just needs to go back to 2 hours, honestly. I don't know why they decided to make SmackDown 3 hours.
Yeah. And they haven't learned from when Raw was 3 hours for all those years.
Although I will say, creatively under Triple H, Raw 3 hours got a little bit better.
Yeah,
it wasn't always a hit, but compared to previous Raws, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't 2018, 2019 creative Raw.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Michael, where can people find you?
Well, you guys can find me on my channel down here, Michael101591. I do Monday Night Raw reviews, which Raw will be I will be reviewing Monday Night Raw after the show is over tomorrow on my channel. So definitely come over, check out my review of that. My SmackDown review from Friday is up, so you can check out also my review of SmackDown, where I go into the show move to move, in matches. Occasionally AEW Dynamite I review, but the creative has been absolute god awful with that. I do movie reviews, also DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates, movie reviews, and also I have old school commercials on my channel. I have a podcast called the Bell Call Podcast that I do with my buddy Noah Kaser. So check out that. Datila might be part of the Bell Call Podcast, at some point. So she'll be on there. Just got to find out the time, with different schedules. But check out my channel. If you like what you see, give me a subscribe. Of course, Datila pops up from time to time on my channel as well.
Yeah. Sometimes. It's been a while.
Yeah.
All right. As for myself, you can follow me on Twitter at @Datila_. I talk Raw, SmackDown, occasionally AEW Dynamite, and of course TNA Impact. I know I haven't been super consistent with my streaming, life. So, but I'm going to try to be consistent and go back to my usual streaming schedule of Monday, occasional Wednesday, Friday, occasional Saturdays and Sundays, and of course, catch you every Thursday on Body Sound for TNA Impact.
Yeah, different schedules though.
But with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. For the continued support, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can notify whenever I go live or just anywhere. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not immediately after all, later on in the evening. Bye.
See you guys.